Hey everyone, what makes a good lawn? Let's do a scientific experiment to figure that out. We're going to base that on the number of plant species that are supposed to be here versus how many plant species are not. We call those weeds. First, you'll need a way to make a 1 meter square quadrat. That's what I have here. I just used some string, measured out a meter on a side, laid it on the ground, not too hard. Use a tape measure or a meter stick, whatever you have, and there it is. And then I'm going to collect my specimens. I have a bag, I labeled it 1. We're going to do 4 quadrats. That's what you need to do too. Let's get started. So I look on down here, use a tool to dig the weeds up without making too much of a mess. I like to use a Japanese gardening instrument called a hori-hori. It's very sharp, so you got to be really careful with it. So I'm going to look through here and say, wow, there's a lot of this grass called St. Augustine. I don't expect you to know what it is. That's why we're going to collect them. We're going to get 1 sample of every species in the quadrat, and I put them in paper bags. You don't have to. Put them in any kind of bag you have, and then when we get back to the lab or your home, I'll have you tape those to a piece of paper, and I can help you identify those if I can see them. So I have 1 species, that's St. Augustine. I look around, I've got some fescue grass, different species. I put that in here. Look around. I see Sonchus asper, that's prickly sow lettuce. It's in the sunflower family, but it is a weed from Europe. Not supposed to be here. I put it in the bag. That's 3 species I have in this plot. I look around and I see some dichondra, which is often used as a lawn, but it's not a grass. Most lawns are grasses. This is actually a member of the sunflower. This is actually a member of the morning glory family, excuse me. And I got that, so I'll put it on in here. And looking through, those are the only 4 species I see. So this quadrat's done. We're ready to move on to quadrat number 2. And now we're ready for quadrat number 2. I moved over, and this is another segment where we don't know if it's a good lawn or not. So we look at the species. A whole bunch of this plant called spurge. So I'll pull this up. Oh yes, that's spurge. Put it in my bag labeled number 2. That's 1 species for this plot. Here's a small plant. I think it's sand spurry. I'll have to look at it in the lab, a little more detail. Figure it out. I want a pretty good sample. It's a small plant, so it doesn't look like much. I look around, I see, oh, here's one. Here is a 3rd species. If you don't know what it is, just throw it in the bag, we'll figure it out. This is actually called horseweed. I'll put it in the bag. That's 3 species. Here is scarlet pimpernel from Europe. Get that guy. Put it in the bag. Wow, another species. How many are we gonna have here? Looking around. You know what I don't see? Any kind of grass that should be here. These are all weeds from another continent. Okay, I do see 1 more species. There's some right there. We see a plant called wood sorrel. Looks a lot like shamrock, but it's not. And it gets kind of big. Get that soil off there because it's not a soil lab. There we go. Sorrel, got that in there. I see another one. This thing's in the carrot family. Has a really long scientific name, Cyclophyllum leptospermum. And there it is. I'm going to put that in there. Wow, that's quite a lot for this. I still don't see any grasses that should be here. Although, maybe some, no. Plot number 2 is done. And now on to quadrat number 3. Well, we've got this bright green grass. This is a weed actually that got in from South Africa many years ago, and it's terrible lawn weed. It's everywhere. Again, try to get the soil off. Throw it in my number 3 bag. I have prickly sow thistle. Got the first plot as well. Put that in there. I see something that's so small I can't identify it yet. So I take it back. Remember, I don't expect you to be able to identify it right off. We'll work together to do that. This thing's really, really small. Have to see. I don't think we got it before. Oh, we have some Bermuda grass. to get the soil off. There we go. Put that on in. Here's another sample of that small one. This is a little bigger, but it's the same species. I'm going to take it as a good sample. Now I have two good samples to confirm the identification. Here's that thing in the carrot family we just saw, Cyclospermum. There we go, there he is, right there. There's that one, another species. Okay. What else do we have? We have Scarlet Pimpernel again. There it is. And anything else new? Okay, any of the other things? Oh, look at that. There's a little bitty horseweed plant. There's that one. Another horseweed, we already got that from this plot. And that's it for plot 3. On to quadrant number 4. We picked a spot that looks pretty green. From a distance you'd think it's a really good lawn. Let's take a look though. Mostly we have here St. Augustine, which the first plot had as well. It's kind of a tough grass, so we're going to get in and get our piece. There he is right there. Pop that in. Look around, we see, oh, there's some long thin grass here. It's either bluegrass or maybe a fescue. I'll have to look more at it. Come on in, get ourselves a little bit. There we go. So look and see that there's some more of that sorrel that we had in plot number 1. Stuff that looks like shamrock. Go in and get some of that. It has a creeping root, so you really have to dig around on that one. There we go. Sorrel, but again, I need to get some root. It's kind of hard to get when it's really dense like this. But I got it. There we are. Sorrel. Looking around. Any other species in here? Nope. Quadrant 4 is all done. Let's go look at our data.